Thank you for joining us today. My name is Jason Miller here at Creatio, and I'm joined today by Ronald Taylor from South University.
Appreciate you, Jason. Yeah, Ronald Taylor, Director of Training and Development at South University. Been a part of South University now going on 10 years. I'm so excited to be a part of the South University family because we have been thriving in the education industry now for over 125 years. So we started back all the way in 1899 in a small town in Savannah, Georgia. So it's really exciting time because we work with both traditional and non-traditional students at our university, both at our brick and mortar campuses, which we have about 10 locations, and then also our amazing online division where we help support as a unit total almost close to 10,000 students here at our university.
That's a very large organization. So you've been using Creatio for a while now. Why did you choose a no-code solution over a prepackaged application?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, most of those CRM systems that are out there are really just templated and canned to where most universities have to then integrate customization to make what they need the platform to do based on what it already was templated out of the box to do for everyone else. So what we really loved about Creatio when we first got a chance to interact with the group is that we had the opportunity back in March of 2022 to actually build out our CRM system from the ground up. And that really excited us because we knew our users and admissions and academics and finance would get input into the system. And that's something that's rare in most CRM systems in the educational industry. And I really think Creatio is doing an amazing job of supporting our efforts and our needs to make it something where every day is a new evolution in education, but we're able to stay ahead of the trends that we see because we can roll out things in a quicker time frame that may take us weeks or months, where in older platforms we use in CRM systems, it may have taken us years.
So that's interesting. What were some of the big motivations that kind of prompted you to select a new solution? And then what are the use cases that you're using Creatio to cover today?
We were using multiple third parties and multiple websites to really go through our enrollment process and our retention efforts. And now it's all, set up to where our academics, our admissions and financial group can kind of work cohesively in the Creatio environment to make sure we're creating the best student experience. So that starts at the admissions level, but also once you get into class, we want to make sure that we streamline also too with finance, what you may need in order to have the funding and the resources you need to stay in school. But also at an academic level, how do you get academic support? That's a big thing right now across the US is, what measures are universities taking to keep students engaged, but also offer solutions that can help them get from starting a program to ultimately what our end goal is, and that's making you an alumni here at South University.
I was talking to our customer success team, and I'm hearing that you've got an amazing user adoption rate, greater than 97%. What did you really do to help empower them to not only get the input from them early, but help them start utilizing the system?
Yeah, I think what's unique about our role is that I really try to make sure that I build personal relationships with our staff first, because that's what they do with our students. And I think that's what sets us apart at South University is that we want to have a hands-on one-on-one experience. So when you can sit down and you can create examples that are not just, how do I use the product, but how can I become an expert on the product is what sets up your staff to be successful. So we've really been able to take more so out of the box, and now just in a daily, kind of interaction with the product itself, we've been able to teach our staff what is more those kind of frustration points where you don't know how to do something or you wish the system could do something and have the capabilities. I'm able usually to sit down in a group or a one-on-one setting and show them where Creatio has allowed us in a low-code format to be able to either do that now or be able to implement those things very quickly so you can see in the future where that return on that investment does lie. So that part has been impactful.
Yeah, 97% user adoption, that's absolutely incredible. Was there a specific training approach that you used to really help drive this message home with the adoption of no-code technology?
I sure did. Yeah, we do a 5-day onboarding. And with that 5-day onboarding, I just started working in training and development. You have all different types of learners, especially in today's age where you have remote work as well, right? So I had to think about, okay, what are visuals, number one, that I can give you to keep you engaged, but I also wanted to make it interactive. So what we did was each day when I would teach something, I would give them a scenario based on the role that that actual person was in to replicate now in our learning environment before they got into the production environment. I think that allowed them to gain trust in the skills and behaviors we needed to really help them be motivated to want to use the system, because that's why most people don't. It's either they had frustrations with another system and they think it'll happen in the new one, or it's they're not really tech savvy. So user friendliness for my department and education as a whole is something I think we all strive to kind of seek in a CRM system. And that's where I think Creatio really thrives, is that we created very clean dashboards and list views and favorite folders that now can really drive production. And that's where then we've seen the buy-in come from our side.
So ease of use, lack of frustration, and ultimately seeing value from using the product was a big area that sounds like you're really focused on.
Exactly.
So the last question is, now that you've got this up and running, you've got this amazing user adoption rate, what are some of the benefits and outcomes that you've been able to achieve thus far?
Yeah, so South University, we actually just celebrated, like I mentioned earlier, 125th year anniversary. And actually last year up until today has been our most successful time as a university. We're helping support in a quarter kind of setup, because we're quarter-based as opposed to most traditional universities that are semester-based. So we go to school all year round, and on average, we're helping almost close to 1,000 students every 5 weeks. And many of those efforts to prospective students or alumni or active students, it literally comes from the input from our staff. So we're able to take those unique situations and work with a lot of the groups that, are sponsors of Creatio, like Solutions Metrics, where recently we had a campaign where we introduced a new text messaging platform because our staff came to us and they said, hey, this product we're using for these text messages, we're not getting any responses, we're not getting any great marketing feedback. And now it's all encompassing in the same spot to where I can see what marketing sent, I can see that response and easily navigate that to all 3 parties that use Creatio at an educational level for us. So that part has been so exciting to kind of see that evolution and the continued evolution of what I think we'll see in the future with the Freedom platform and the Copilot, with now being able to integrate AI, right? Because that's something I don't think most schools have thought about quite yet, is what is that next step? Because we look at it right now as one-to-one interactions, whether it be face-to-face, over the phone, through a virtual meeting. But now I think with AI, we're able to give our admissions and academics and financial staff opportunity to explore other options to best support our students. And that's ultimately.
That's amazing. I appreciate you taking time to sit with us today and talk about all the great success that you've had at South University using Creatio. Thanks very much for your time today. It was good to see you.
Appreciate you, Jason.
Thank you.